right, good morning, cyber traders. Welcome back on this Thursday. Great news going on. A good pop in Carvana. It has been a phenomenal swing trade. I don't know if you guys have been looking at it. There's been a 100,000 share buyer that's been bidding up this stock all morning. We're going to talk a little bit about it. I'm going to show it to you live, but I've been really pretty excited about it. But anyway, let's talk about what's going on for the next couple of what's happening today at Cybertrade University, what we traded yesterday, and also how to expect going into the end of this week. So anyway, regarding about today, just to let you know, I'm going to be doing a live event today at 12 o'clock for everyone that's watching social media. Just take your phone. You could scan that QR code. Also, you could type in that address on the bottom. You get registered. We're going to be doing an event today, and I will be on 4 o'clock on another big event, a big trading summit with several different gurus out there. So look forward to hopefully you guys to meet with me. Because remember, it's all about learning to do, you got to learn before you can earn. But regarding about everything else that's moving, regarding it happened yesterday, I'm just going to bang out a couple of stocks and we'll go through the watch list because, listen, that Carvana and there's a few others that are doing pretty nicely. I think you guys need to look at it. This MVIS has been a great trade since the month of May. You could see it from here. It's been around $2 stock right here. It has blown up and it just has done phenomenal. Did a little bit of a shake right here around $4 about in the middle of May, and this thing just has not stopped. You could see that these some of the stocks that we trade here, you don't need to go out there and trade expensive stocks, but you could see that they're out there. But now regarding about a day trade, regarding about MVIS, it was kind of a little difficult yesterday to trade because it was gapped up and then obviously did come back down. And you could see finally it did trade going into the close, which is what was pretty big right there. And then you could see I made a big run from 750 all the way to 820 going into the last hour of the close. PACW also, this is a stock that took a very, very big hit. It's also becoming a very good swing trade because, we not only day trade, we do swing trade here. And you could see it was pretty good swing trade from mid-May. It was right around $4. Stock is up almost up about 100%. And yesterday it was nice. It just kept breaking higher highs. So PACW was also pretty good. Now MGOL is a pretty cool, interesting story. So I think what was the news on it? Hold on, what was the news on that? Yeah, let's see the soccer news. That's what it was. Actually had very big headlines with a new deal to play in the U.S. So that stock made a really, really big run. I mean, listen, even companies, professional sporting complexes obviously do trade public. MSG is public. So anyway, that was great news for that stock. Went from $1.40 up to $3. And, this was probably the best stock trading going into the close. Granted, the market really wasn't going anywhere yesterday, but this stock definitely reacted. I think this was probably the best trade going into it. Rejected offer for $1 billion in Saudi. He's going to Miami. So is that what the news? Wow. Look at that, Samuel. He did a $1 billion deal. He turns it down and he says, you know what? No problem. I'll go to U.S. So you know what? Can make more money probably trading that stock, And that is the news right there. We'll share it. Let's post that news up in the here in the room in social media too, so people could read that. That was that news on that stock. But anyway, listen, that's big news. That's great for soccer. It's you know how what a big business is. I mean, soccer's not as big here in the U.S. as much as in Europe. That's where it all is. But, football is obviously one of the big sports here and how much billions and billions of dollars they make. But this stock right here, obviously, now you could see that one of the best soccer players. People will pay to see him, so that's what we're going to look at. Anyway, put this back on the watch list. We're going to keep an eye on it because I think this could also still continue to be a very good swing trade. And hey, if all those soccer players out there start catching wind on it and know that this company's public, they're all going to want a little piece of it. All right, let's talk about what's going on for today because there were some really, really good moves. I'm going to hop on to Carvana. Okay, so Carvana had a really, really good move this morning. They had earnings better than expected, and when they made that news around 8 o'clock, a lot of us caught it a little late. Some of us got around $17.50, $18. but you could see it had a really nice move all the way up to 20. It started back down. It made a lower high. Now it's making a higher low. You can see it's breaking down. There was a very big iceberg order out here. You could see him right here that was bidding it up. This trader right here was close to over 100,000 shares. It was multiple orders. And you could see that he did try to bid it up here. There's another 26,000. But there's pretty good, strong support levels right around 1825 where these orders are. And when you look over here as the resistance goes, there was really no iceberg orders other than this seller right here at 20. But that big order right there definitely held it. So Carvana, not only you could see it here on the day trade, but this stock has been a phenomenal swing trade. And as before I was starting this show, I was listening to, I got the TV in the background, and sure enough, Carvana had a commercial out there. So it looks like they're making a comeback. And for some of you, Carvana was a very expensive stock. Did phenomenal in the COVID days, but this thing was up to 350 smackaroos, and you could see it's not doing too well. Anyway, we traded the stock back here in January. We did really well with it at 6. It ran all the way to 20. I got out around like 16. I did really well on it. It went up too fast for me. I should have jumped back into it. I'm still considering if it breaks this high. So that's basically what I'm looking at. All right. So we got that Carvana that's moving in there. A couple other stocks also I found that is moving pretty well. This one right here. Yeah. This one, BIOS. Now, it had a pretty good run here at 7 o'clock in the morning. It kind of flattened out. A lot of you remember we traded the stock back in May. This stock ran from $4 to $19. Okay. So as much as it up 88% right now, we do know the stock is moving. There is a couple of big orders out here right around 1170. Now, be very careful with the stock. This is not your, just because you think you can afford to trade $11 stock. Remember, we teach you the biggest failure rate of today's industry is 50% of the traders fail is because the stock's not tradable. So for all you students out there, you could see it. Stock has got very small tier sizes, very light. It's not as liquid as Carvana is, even though it trades 3.4 million shares. You got to be a little bit advanced trader on this. So I'm slapping this with a category 4, maybe even a 5 if it keeps up what it's doing. But anyway, some of us do trade expensive stocks like that, and we do pretty well. Another one I found that was moving nicely too this morning. This one's up about 33%. And it had a really good move around 8:30, ran from $1.20 all the way to $1.70. Now she's starting to back off. Iceberg orders starting to show up right here. I'll show you right there. You can see how some of these big orders there, 18,000, 15,000, almost 100,000 was out there and starting to push it down. So that really is giving you the sense of why it's backing off. But market's not open up. Had a good run up. The stock back in April did go from $1 to about $2.50. It's going on the watch list because, listen, we see these things change on a dime. For some of you, this, I was down in Florida for an on-site class, and we were talking about stocks that are called breakouts, and we do a video on it. Breakouts are very, very important. We'll actually talk about it today in that free workshop at 12 o'clock. So once again, if you guys want to join us, we'll show you a couple of breakouts. But anyway, this is what you have to look for. They can happen, and they do got volatility, so we're going to still continue to keep on it. Another one that came up here that's on my watch list is ALYA. Another stock up 29%, $2 stock. Good little push right here. This stock, you can see it, hasn't really gone anywhere lately, but it does have some good movement. 1.5 million. The only issue I got with it, there's a big iceberg order that showed up around 225. Okay, so I was a fan of it. I might take it off now. But I'm going to put it on the B list. So we'll put this on the B list because I like it. It's cheap and so on. What else I got here? There's only one other stock that I found, and it was this one. Where are you? VRM. So VRM, nice little moving stock right here. It's up about 9%, 4 million shares. It's been a good swing trade. Finally broke this dollar price range. I don't know. Sometimes I find these things might be a little sleeper out there, and it might make a push. I see a little bidder out there that's bidding it up for about $1.20. I got a nice seller, $1.20. Cheap stock, slow stock. Listen, for some of you that don't have a lot of money or a little deer in the headlights, this could be up your alley. All right. That pretty much does that. All right. Other than those stocks that I found, I didn't find that much out there. Listen, the market is down 66 points. We're going into the weekend. It is Thursday. It is a good time to trade. But as of right now, that pretty much does it. I mean, if you were here earlier and you jumped on the Carvana and had access to C2 earlier, you did pretty well with that. But everything else, other than the BIOS, had a good push. Looks like I said, here just had a good move from 10 to about 11. Other than that, I'll be really careful. But we'll find some new stocks when they open up. All right, anything I'm missing I did not call out, cyber traders? Anything else? Because I think that pretty much does it right now. Okay, so listen, don't forget, today we're going to post that link up there. I'm going to be doing a live event at 12 o'clock. You got the QR code if you're watching social media. So if you watch this a little bit late, it will also be recorded. But come there, talk about it. Let's kind of answer your questions. I'll go through a lot of these stocks and we find them. Cyber traders, you know the story in the cyber group room. You see something, you say something. And trial members, if you're here trying us out, don't buy anything. Just sit back and watch. All right, guys, everyone, good luck today. We got about 15 minutes till the market opens up. For everybody else, we'll see you back here at 12 o'clock. And don't forget, we are live every morning at 9 a.m. and 2:30. Happy trading, everyone. Be safe.